Money in the Bank is this Sunday, so you know what that means. A go-home show for Monday Night Raw. Let's see how this one turned out, folks. The opening promos of Raw, I'm just going to be honest here. Sometimes I just tune out of them. I just don't care. It's the same people coming out saying the same crap. I just don't care. But I knew they were going to address Vickie Guerrero, and I knew that soon enough Vickie Guerrero was going to leave WWE TV. There's been reports coming out that she looks to be leaving and all that other stuff, trying outside venues into WWE. And so what I liked about this promo the most is that Vickie just did not look really bad in it, that she stood her ground and she did not take kindly to her bashing Eddie and bashing her rightful name of being a Guerrero. I like that Vickie challenged, Stephanie out. Like, that's something that I liked. And then I also liked, in their match, or whatever the fuck that was, it wasn't really a match, I really liked, Eddie Guerrero's music being played. I wish the crowd popped even louder. Because that dude right there, Eddie Guerrero, one of the greatest in-ring performers, one of the greatest characters for the WWE. It's such a shame that, not more interaction was going involved when it came down to Vickie Guerrero coming out to the Eddie Guerrero theme. But the one thing I will say is this. Even though Vickie Guerrero got thrown into the mud and the crap, and even though some of the Divas did look bad, especially Alicia Fox, who's a former #1 contender to the Divas title, Layla, and Rosa Mendes, even though they looked bad and they looked like idiots because they couldn't handle Vickie Guerrero, and even though Stephanie did make Vickie look embarrassed, at least Vickie got the last say. Vickie got to push Stephanie into the, the dirt, or into the puke, the mud, whatever the hell was in there. At least Vickie got the last say, and I was fine with that. I was happy to see Vickie, get a nice little, even though she still looked disgusting, with all the puke on her, at least she got to do the Eddie shimmy, and she got her respect. And that's all that mattered to me. I mean, you can look at it as, like, it wasn't really that big of a win for Vickie. It didn't really look that good for Vickie, but at least she didn't get thrown underneath the rug, just got fired backstage like Beth Phoenix years ago, just made look like a total joke where she was embarrassed and she just screamed, "I quit," like Eve Torres. She at least left with her head kind of held up high. And I will say this, I have not been the biggest Vickie Guerrero fan. I'll be straight up honest. I really did not care when she was with Dolph Ziggler. I for sure did not care for her as SmackDown general manager. But I have to give the woman her props. You could call it X-Pac heat all you want. She did a damn good job being a legit heel for the WWE for many years. And if you would have told me the girl who messed up in that SummerSlam 2005 match between Eddie and Ray, who messed up her spot, would actually end up being a decent performer, I would not believe you. I would not believe you. I would not believe Vickie Guerrero had any future in the WWE. I felt they, really put her on TV because, she was Eddie's wife. They were finding a way to take care of her. That's the only reason why I felt she was on WWE TV, was to take care of her due to Eddie's untimely passing at the time. And let's face it, Eddie's passing was untimely. He died at 38 years old. No one expected that to happen. I thought that was the only reason why she was being featured on TV. But she, to me, did a good enough job during her time in the WWE. Not a great job, not an awesome job. She was definitely one of the better heels. And I'm glad that she got her one final moment of brilliance, that she got to, do the Eddie shimmy while Eddie's music played. I was happy with that. It won't be a moment I will remember throughout time, but I'm glad that Vickie, even though she was covered in puke or mud, got her moment in the sun. That's all I care about, and I'm glad she did. And I wish her the best of luck in whatever she's doing in the future. That's all I got to say about Vickie Guerrero. I just want to show Vickie some respect. She gets the longer segment of the night. Hey, it is what it is, but hey, she deserves it. I did not expect Vickie Guerrero to be the character she became, when she first hired in the WWE. So, props to you, Vickie. You did good for yourself. I feel bad for the Wyatt family, man. What is that theme song, dude? The fans gave no reaction. It was terrible. And Jim Johnson has lost his touch, man. He has lost his touch recently for the WWE teams. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, Jim Johnson didn't make it, Chase. CFO dollar signs made it. Okay, just because CFO dollar signs made it does not mean they had the final say in it. We all know Jim Johnson, just like Vince McMahon when it comes to WWE storylines, how he's the big head in charge, how he has the final say in everything. Jim Johnson, when it comes to WWE music, has the final say. He says what songs he wants to have and everything. That's just the bottom line. Now, like, if Wyatt, if Harper and Rowan came out and they were, karaokeing along with this, singing the song, okay, maybe the theme has more added effect, but it's just a boring, lame song from the 1980s. It is literally so freaking terrible. It reminds me of the Aces and Eights theme song. I don't care what anyone says. Aces and Eights theme song was very terrible. This song is just as terrible. And the fans just did not react. They just did not care. There was not even boos. Like, I think there was one dude at the railing like this. He was like chilling on the railing like, what the fuck am I listening to? This theme song right here is just terrible. Now, as for the build-up for the tag team match at Money in the Bank, I thought the WWE did a pretty solid job with the Jimmy versus Harper match and the Jay versus Rowan match. I felt they did a really good job here. Instead of having both Wyatt family members win their respective single matches and having it like, oh, who's going to overcome the odds? Can the Usos do it at Money in the Bank on Sunday, Michael? Instead of building up that storyline, you have it where Jay wins his match. You have it where Harper wins his match. Now you have it where both tag teams are kind of on even playing ground. Who's going to win at Money in the Bank? Who is the better team? That's what I like. And in all honesty, I felt the WWE did a very solid job. None of the matches are to write home about. They were both pretty damn short, if you ask me. But hey, it is what it is. I just got to say, I respect the decent effort by the WWE with the tag team division tonight. Please, WWE, if you love me, you will make sure Stardust leads to a Cody and Goldust feud. Do not keep Stardust long-term. I don't see this being successful for Cody as a long-term character. On the short term, I do see it being successful. But please, WWE, don't let him be Stardust forever. Please. I'm being dead serious here, guys. I was just weirded out watching that Stardust promo, and I really hope that this is not a long-term theme for Cody Rhodes. I really hope. Sometimes I have to wonder what the WWE's logic is sometimes. Okay, so we have a Divas match, right? Okay, and I was wondering how they were going to execute the Divas tonight because we don't have a Divas match for Money in the Bank. And so I was like, okay, so what is Paige going to do? What is our Divas title match going to be? So when I saw Paige come out, I was like, okay, so who's she going to wrestle? Oh, maybe she's going to wrestle Naomi and lose to her again. But then Michael Cole said, oh, she's joining us on commentary. And I said this, okay, you mean the girl who's literally only promo line since being on the main roster, and I'm talking not excluding anything from NXT, I'm talking about main roster promos. They're literally the only thing that casual audiences heard from her damn mouth ever since joining the main roster is, oh, I just want to congratulate you, AJ. It's going to be on commentary. Oh, God. And then it just got better as Cameron joined Paige on commentary. Okay, let me just calm down for a minute. See, if I was booking Raw, this is what I would have done. I would have had Naomi versus Alicia Fox wrestle a simple one-on-one match. Naomi wins. We have a backstage segment where Naomi and, Cameron are celebrating their win. And all of a sudden out comes Paige. Paige wants to just congratulate Naomi. Cameron gets in Paige's face. You have a Paige and Cameron match. Paige wins, big deal, whoop-de-whoop, set up the match between Cameron, and Naomi, and Paige for the pay-per-view. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. But instead, you put Paige and Cameron on commentary. These two are literally just arguing over the weirdest things I've ever heard in my life. I mean, God dang. What was Cameron saying? Like, oh, good for you, girl, get a cookie? What? Take a drink every time you hear Paige say, actually, because that's all she could say after every first sentence. And we're focusing more on these two on commentary than the actual decent Divas match between Naomi and Alicia Fox. Come on, WWE. This is why we don't care about the Divas division. You make us feel like we care more about what these idiots are saying. No, we want to see these guys wrestle. Okay, show that these divas are actually talented. Naomi is probably one of your more talented divas on the roster. That's a damn fact. She's one of your more likable divas on the roster, too. So instead of, focusing on Naomi and Alicia Fox, we have Cameron telling Paige to get a fucking cookie, girl, bye every minute. Paige responding with actually. It's just so bad. What? Oh, that's what pissed me off the most is that Naomi looked like she was overshadowed the whole time during this match. And she wins the match. And then when Paige is getting up, Jerry the fucking King Lawler, you sly dog, you checking out Paige's ass. That's a bad part. I'm excited for the Paige and Naomi match. I'm pretty sure they will put on a good match at the pay-per-view. But is there any way that we could get a commentary team of Paige, Cameron, and Ryback? Make that happen. Could you imagine Cameron telling all the superstars, like, oh, they should just get a cookie or boy bye and girl bye? And then you have Paige saying, actually, that is a drop kick. And she has to correct Ryback, who is just insulting everyone. Oh, that's my dream commentary team. Make it happen, WWE. God, WWE is trying so damn hard for Sheamus to get over the fella catchphrase. Fella, 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 fella. I really don't give a crap about Sheamus' catchphrase, and neither should you guys. Big E beating up Honest Abe makes him more American. I don't know how, but it does. Triple H announced all the Money in the Bank competitors for the actual Money in the Bank briefcase that looks like Stardust pissed all over it because it was all gold and shiny and shit. So, you know, in all honesty, if you want my thoughts about who's in the match itself, I'm going to be doing a power ranking similar to what I did with the WWE Heavyweight title match later this week on my channel. So those will be my thoughts of what I think about all the guys in the Money in the Bank match. But RVD cutting one of his best promos in a long ass time. I think I was laughing so hard when he's like, yo, Seth, dude. The only reason why you're a wrestler is because your mom and dad let you stay up at night to watch me so you could become a wrestler. And then RVD taking a pot shot at Triple H saying, I broke your little esophagus in that Elimination Chamber match, dude. Oh, RVD, man. What a money man tonight. RVD cut a really good promo tonight. But RVD versus Seth Rollins, it could have been a little bit better. Dean Ambrose comes out after the match and, you know, takes out Seth, you know, showing animosity. And he talks about how he wants to be in the Money in the Bank match. And it doesn't matter if he's officially in it. He's going to actually climb that ladder and grab the briefcase and ruin the whole show. And I said to myself, boy, WWE, please do that. Because that would actually be original and entertaining. But we all knew Dean Ambrose was somehow going to get into the match himself. And he did because Seth Rollins convinced Triple H, like, look, dude, I can control Dean Ambrose. I can do it. So please let me take him on. Please. I will do it. I'll have my eyes on him the whole match. So Seth and Dean are now in the match. So Dean's in the match. Seth was already in the match. But you get the point. Dean Ambrose is now going for the Money in the Bank. I kind of wish they went a different route and have Dean, you know, be just like some lone guy, like he's just in the match for whatever, like he just interrupts the match and tries to ruin the match. I think that would have been more fitting to the Dean Ambrose psycho character, but hey, it is what it is. I don't know why John Cena should just be all hypothetical in these promos that he does, where he's like, I don't know if I'm going to win the WWE title, but you know I'm going to try. Can Cena just say, yeah, I'm going to win because I'm a badass or something? I think a lot of you guys would respect him more if he was just straight up honest with us and just telling us he's going to win. And that's just me. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm tired of these John Cena's like hypothetical, like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to survive this match, but I'm going to try my hardest and do it, buddy. WWE, what you did with Bad News Barrett and Dolph Ziggler for the IC title, take notes. This is how you can make the IC title more credible. Not because it's in a bunch of wrestling matches, kick-de-flip, whoop-de-doo-dah, but because you're making the IC title feel so damn important on Raw, where you placed it on Raw, you know, near the final hour, and where Bad News Barrett and Dolph Ziggler looked like they were killing themselves just to win this match. The more that you do this, and the more you have feuds like this, especially where Dolph picked up the win on the SmackDown show, and that's why he got this match with Bad News Barrett on Raw, that is what will help the IC title. Defending it every month to month does not work. Defend it more on TV. Show how much of a fighting champion Bad News Barrett is. Get that point over that the IC title is not just a special event or pay-per-view type of deal, that this belt can be defended on Raw. The World Heavyweight titles, that's the special belt of the company. But to get the IC title over, as it once was known as the workhorse belt, have it be defended. This IC title match between Bad News Barrett and Dolph Ziggler was a really good match. I enjoyed myself watching it. It made me think of the IC title matches of old, back in the year of 2001. Please, WWE, give us more of this with the IC title and good things will happen. That is just my opinion on it. Really did enjoy Bad News Barrett versus Dolph Ziggler tonight. And I'll give more thoughts about them inside the Money in the Bank match when I make my Money in the Bank power rankings later this week on my channel. Jack Swagger wins again. The redemption tour is beginning. Jump on of the We the People Express, people, because Jack Swagger's on a hot winning streak. I am so happy Jack Swagger's winning matches now, and the WWE is trying to make him seem a little bit more important. Was it against Kofi Kingston? Yeah, it was against Kofi Kingston. I feel bad for Kofi. But guys, like I said about Jack Swagger 2 weeks ago on my Raw review, I like Swagger. I think Swagger is a pretty solid hand for the WWE. I feel he can do good stuff in the WWE. The WWE just needs to give him a chance. Just need to give him a chance. I'm not saying main eventer, people. I'm saying a good mid-card workhorse for you guys. That's what I see in Jack Swagger, and I hope the WWE keeps doing what they're doing with Swagger. I don't want him to win on Sunday, but keep up doing the good work what you're doing with WWE, Jack Swagger. Him versus Rusev would be awesome, especially with that Rusev promo that him and Lana did. I think him versus Rusev would just be amazing. Yay! Chase Bolivar here, guys. I wasn't here last week. I had to recover from that terrible loss that Bo Dallas suffered. Now, on good authority, by Purple Blizzard, one of Chase's loyal subscribers, he said Bo exited out of the ring. And that Bo didn't want to lose. He was trying to just give an opportunity from Roman Reigns. So I rewatched that Battle Royal, and I rewired my brain, and I saw the same thing you did, Purple Blizzard. So thank you for saving me from a traumatic experience. But now let's talk about my favorite wrestler and your guys' favorite wrestler, Bo Dallas. Titus O'Neil, be a good sport. What is with you people? Bo is just trying to help. And Bo, I know you messed up. You had a little bit of butterfingers. I have butterfingers too. Just dropped Chase's money. But anyways, Bo was wonderful tonight. And now he is 9-0. In WWE, I expect a royalty check because I started calling him 9-0, 6-0, 1-0 way before you guys. I did. And I expect a royalty check at my doorstep soon enough. I will send you guys my address and everything because I created that phrase just like I created the Believe movement for Bo Dallas. Because I am the #1 believer in the YWC. Now, Chase, for tonight, has been very positive on Raw, which is good, because he needs to be more positive. But I'm sick and tired of him bashing Stardust. Stardust is a good character, and in all honesty, why should Cody Rhodes go back to being boring Cody Rhodes? Why can't he be Stardust? How come he can't be this mystical creature known as Stardust, this new form of entertainer? That's my question. What's wrong with him being Stardust? In fact, I think the WWE should do this. They should have Stardust versus Goldust in a Hollywood backlot brawl. Instead of just doing Cody Rhodes, how boring, and Goldust. Think about the money you will make with Stardust versus Goldust. It'd be amazing. So I'm just telling you people, give Stardust a chance. I think this will take Cody Rhodes' career to the next level and make him climb that impossible mountain. It can happen, people. It will. All you gotta do is believe. God, I gotta tell Chase Bolivar to calm down sometimes, man. He made a mess of my room. All my quarters, pennies, and shit are all on the floor now. Thanks a lot, jackass. Anyways, it's time for the freaking main event. If you watch SmackDown, here's a rematch from that epic, 4-on-3 handicap match. You know what? It was a good car crash match. I can't complain because my boy Randall Keith Orton was on the match itself. Finally, Randy Orton's not looking like a ghost. But in all honesty, it's like, this is why SmackDown's irrelevant, WWE, because it's like, the matches that air live on Friday nights, we see 3 days later on Monday Night Raw. There's no point in me watching SmackDown because those matches on SmackDown, they're just pretty much, hey, let's just get these guys a match, and then afterwards on Raw, we will do it with the storytelling. This is why I don't review SmackDown. I don't think there's a lot of YouTube viewers, YouTube commentators actually, that review SmackDown anymore because they've come to realize SmackDown is just, in-ring action. That's pretty much just it. There's not really that much story being built, and if there is a story being built, it's very minimal, and Raw has more of the talking points and more of the discussion coming from it, and that's why most people do review Raw, because there's more discussion coming out of Raw than there is ever from a SmackDown. I think, like, really the only time SmackDown gets talked about it, like a legend or a Hall of Famer is going to show up on the show, and they only last, like, what, 2 to 5 minutes on the episode anyways. But in all honesty, like I said, it was a car crash match. I was surprised Sheamus got the winning pinfall. I was like, wow, they really want Fella to get over here, for fuck's sakes. Like, god damn. But Sheamus got the win there. That was surprising me. I thought Reigns was going to spear everyone to submission. I thought Cena was going to go LOL, Cena wins. You know, that type of deal. But yeah, I guess that wasn't the case. They actually were just like, hey, give Sheamus the win here. But this is my problem with this segment. And not because it fucked up my WWE Heavyweight Championship power rankings. A little bit of that. But what was the point of having a stretcher match last week if you're just going to throw Kane into the match anyways? What was the whole point of that damn main event? To prevent John Cena to get into the WWE Heavyweight title match? Was that the only point? And so now we're going to throw Kane into this? I don't care that Kane's in this ladder match now. If anything, if whoever watched my power rankings video, just know Del Rio moved down to number 8. Kane's at number 7. I honestly do not care that Kane's in this match. I mean, would it make a good story if Kane won this match and he's the guy that Daniel Bryan returns to face off against? Yeah, that would be a cool story, but honestly, who fucking cares? You're just showing that this show should not be watched on a week-to-week basis because you can change whatever the fuck you want. That's what you're pretty much telling me. Like, what's the point of watching this on a weekly fucking basis if wins and losses don't matter? Kane loses a fucking clean stretcher match to John Cena. Well, not really clean, but you get the idea. He loses a stretcher match to John Cena, prevents him from the WWE Heavyweight title scene, but all of a sudden you're just going to throw his name into the match anyways. So what's the point? So Kane can keep on losing? Like, what is this, the UFC where losers get title shots now? Give me a fucking break, guys. I'm sorry. I cannot, you know, say it was awesome that Kane's in the match. Roman Reigns spearing Kane, looking dominant at the end. You know, it's all smoke screen for me. It's all like a little smoke screen of like, oh, look, Randy's with Triple H. Oh, Sheamus got the winning pinfall. Bray's cutting these awesome promos. You know, Sheamus got the winning pinfall. You know, Reigns looking dominant at the end. This is all a smoke screen to me because at the end of the day, I still believe will win that WWE Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank this Sunday. Jack. And that's just me. But in all honesty, this Monday Night Raw go-home show, it definitely was much better than like last week's Raw and then weeks before Raw. You know, I think maybe my perception of this Raw that it could have been a great episode. I think it could have been a great episode. But like I said with the Diva stuff, why is Cameron and Paige on commentary? Why not expand them out a little bit more? Give us more Diva action. You know, do a little bit more with that whole Stardust character than just a weird backstage promo. I felt that they did a good job placing out the show. I felt like, you know, the show was kind of well structured, not overall great structured show, but pretty well structured. The pace was fine. I didn't find this episode too intriguing, though. I think that's one thing I will say. Like, I wasn't intrigued. Even when Triple H was announcing the rest of the guys in the Money in the Bank, I don't think I was that intrigued during it because I was like, well, I already know who might be in it. Like the Kofis and the Dolphs and, you know, the freaking Barretts of the world. So, you know, this episode wasn't bad. I would say it was very passable for, you know, a go-home show. I felt they did a good enough job to get me a little bit excited for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So that's all I can really say about it. But you know what? What are your guys' thoughts on Monday Night Raw? Comment down below your thoughts. You know, check out my website, Chilling with Chase. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseAuber68. Q&A tomorrow, so send in your questions if you haven't already. I'll be doing the Money in the Bank power rankings for the other Money in the Bank match for the briefcase. And I will be doing a lot more stuff heading into Money in the Bank on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching the Raw review. I know it's on a little bit on the longer side. I apologize for that, but hey, sometimes shit happens. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace!